It's a bird, it's a plane. It's an awesome second weekend hold from Superman. Looks like I was wrong, and Superman will not only obliterate the 240 that I had initially predicted, it looks like it has a real good chance to pass and beat Man of Steel. I don't want to say so just yet, but I wouldn't be surprised, which would make my prediction way off, but that's okay because I was half right and half wrong. Let's look and see what Superman is at so far. It's at 235 million domestically at the making of this video, which is Sunday evening Eastern Time. Internationally, it's at 171 for a worldwide total of 406 million. Now, if we compare that to Man of Steel, we'll look at that in a bit, but it turns out that Superman had a 54% drop. And I'm going to tell you why I think that is. I think it's two reasons. Reason number one, I thought the word of mouth would negatively affect this film, but I think it was the opposite. It kind of had a kind of like residual effect. You had people, you either loved or hated this movie. So you had the people like me. I just didn't like the movie. I didn't like James Gunn's take on it, but it got people talking. And all publicity is good publicity, right? So I think it got people talking. People wanted to see it for themselves. So that pushed it to a second weekend hold of 54% compared to Man of Steel that dropped 65% in its second weekend. The second reason is there was no competition other than Jurassic Park. Now, the third weekend, Superman will be going against Fantastic Four. I do see those numbers dropping, but I mean, all they need at this point is a little over 65 million to pass. As a matter of fact, no, just 55 million. 55 million more, and it'll pass Man of Steel's entire box office run. So if they had a weekend, let's look and see what the weekend numbers were. If you look here, it had a 70% drop on Friday. That includes all the Amazon Prime screenings on Tuesday and the Thursday screenings as well. But here's the hold. It had a 38% drop on Saturday and a 44% drop on Sunday. If we look at Man of Steel total box office was 291. International was 379 for a worldwide total of 670. I don't think it's going to beat 670. Has a very long way to go. So if we look at this now, it has 274 million to go. I don't think it's going to get there. Now I did see IMDb. They said that they project that it should cross 300 million domestically. I could see that. I really thought that it was going to be the other way around. I thought the second week was going to be, but it just kept growing. It had the biggest Monday, the biggest Tuesday, like the biggest Wednesday of 2025, and the weekend hold was tremendous. It did not have a ton to go against. Jurassic Park has been out for almost 3 weeks now, and it actually, I saw this, check this out too, which kind of blows my mind a little bit. I think it's actually cut off. If I was to minimize this, you're going to see that it was actually added. They added some screens. Well, it's cut off. But according to Box Office Mojo, it looked like that they added 140 screens to Superman. It went up from 4135 to like 42 something. So it gained, here it is, it went up from 4135 and it grew 140 screens. That did help it as well. But of course, if a movie is doing well, they'll add theaters. If a movie is doing poor, they will remove them. So if we compare that to Man of Steel and its second week, if we look at domestic here, click on that real quick, and we look, Man of Steel had the drop in its second weekend. Thursday was down 22%. Saturday was down 71%. And then 55%. So they're running kind of, let me see something. Man of Steel, okay, so Man of Steel, weekend number 2 was 71 on Friday, 55 on Saturday, and then Sunday was 65. And then Superman had 70, 38, and 44. So it had a considerably less drop. Again, it was no competition. I don't remember what came out the second week in 2013, Superman's second week. I have no idea what his competition was up against. But it is a real possibility that this movie will beat Man of Steel domestically. James Gunn came out and said they don't need it to make a bunch of money. They just need people to believe in it. And it looks like it's happening. So here's the thing, though. Even though I could not stand this movie, you guys know this, I'm very curious to see where this goes. Because I know people are comparing this thing to Batman Begins, and I don't think there's any comparison. But it was a Batman Begins, to me, in my opinion, is tolerable. This movie is not. Now, the second movie, will Superman get a sequel? Is it going to be Supergirl is actually supposed to drop a year from now, less than a year from now. So that should be something interesting. So it looks like we'll see Supergirl. We'll see a lot of heroes before we see Superman. And I wonder when they bring Superman back, will it be his own movie, solo movie, or will it be part of an extended kind of team-up film? So that's going to be very intriguing to find out. But I have no problem saying that I was wrong. At least I do take a dub because I don't think that it's going to cross 670 worldwide. It probably will get to 550, somewhere around there. I think after this weekend is its best chance to really gain as much ground above Man of Steel, if you see what I'm saying. So if we look at what it did throughout the week, now Fantastic Four doesn't come out till Friday. So it has Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday to really make some damage. If it duplicates what it did last week, 12, 17, and 11, let's say it's 9 or 8, it's 13, and then it's another, 7, right? So you're talking about 28 million. It just needs 30 million over the weekend to beat Man of Steel. So again, I've got no problem being wrong. I really did not think word of mouth was going to do it good, but it must have done that along with no competition. So let me know in the comments below. Again, I tried to tell you, I'm not a stan of James Gunn or Zack Snyder. I did not like the movie, the plot, and everybody in the comment section saying that it was the most comic book accurate Superman. Comics are comics. They have to be adapted to movies. You can't take what's on the page and directly make it into a movie unless you're James Gunn and Superman. And that's what happened. You need a plot. Comics can do a lot of things just like video games. These are different storytelling mediums. You have to that's why a lot of times it'll say that this was adapted from this. Supergirl is adapted from a comic book, from a series that ran in the early 2020s, right? So you have to adapt the film or the comic book for film. You can't just take it off the page and put it on. So I guess it'll be kind of a win-win, lose-lose for both Zack Snyder and James Gunn. But I guess this is ultimately a win for James Gunn because Zack Snyder is done from his universe is over. So we'll see what happens. Again, this doesn't bother me one bit. I don't have a side in this. I did not think it was going to have this much legs. Again, no competition. It'd be intriguing to know if Fantastic Four would have come out this weekend. What would it have done? But we'll see. Anyway, let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Do you think Man of Steel gets passed? And if so, when do you think that happens? Let me know down in the comments below. And do you think that Superman will beat Man of Steel in its worldwide box office total? I'll catch you guys in the next video.